Alright, so we're at the COPA Montebello fly-in, and it's a challenging day. Freezing rain is forecast, lots of wind. But that wasn't enough to stop some hardcore Canadian aviators, including Patrick and his RV8 on skis.
Here we're landing on snow and ice. Expected to land longer than if you're on hard surface where you could apply brakes. On this kind of stuff, apply brakes all you want. Nothing's going to happen.
Nestled onto the shore of the Ottawa River sits the Fairmont Le Chateau Montebello Hotel. It's considered the world's largest log cabin. This winter fly-in is in its 29th year, and this is the third year it's being hosted by COPA, the Canadian Owners and Pilots Association.
COPA's mission is to advance, promote, and preserve the Canadian freedom to fly.
Bernard is the president of COPA, and he invited me to join them to tell the story about this weekend.
It's the annual fly-in of, it used to be Challenger ultralight aircraft, but now we're opening this up to anything that's general aviation, and it's the winter fly-in on the Ottawa River. We expect pilots from middle of Quebec, just about anyone that's centered 100 nautical miles around Ottawa, anywhere from 15 to 30, 40 aircraft landing on the ice. Usually would be ski aircraft, sometimes on just wheels, but would be winter, really winter flying. Celebrating winter and winter flying.
Being such an epic and almost iconically Canadian location, I wasn't going to miss the chance to bring my wife Jill and daughter Evelyn to be a part of this one. It didn't take them long to get outside and make the most of the property.
They've been pulled by two horses. It is a snowstorm.
That snowstorm followed by the banquet dinner was how we closed the evening, after a full day of flying. But luckily the earlier part of the day had been flyable, so let's cut to that. The morning had started out clear, although quite cold and pretty windy. But that didn't stop almost 24 pilots from coming in early. So the great team of volunteer marshals had their hands full.
We're at the Fairmont Chateau Montebello in Montebello, Quebec, and we are the marshalling team, mainly out of Vintage Wings of Canada. It's designed to commemorate, inspire, and educate, and get youth and people involved in engineering, aviation. We have a fleet of World War II fighters and trainers and a few other more modern aircraft, and it's open to the public, and people can come and see us anytime. It's in Gatineau, Quebec at YND, at Gatineau Airport. Through the use of hand signals, we safely marshal airplanes into an event like this, make sure they get parked safely. We've had as many as 120 aircraft coming in, so it helps to have a team of people who know how to direct and guide these airplanes. Is that right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Not to mention four-wheelers and snowmobiles as well. Anyway, while I was busy shooting, the girls were out adventuring.
Hello. We are walking to the dog sledding area, and if you can hear in the background, those are dogs barking. Right over in there.
I managed to get some quick B-roll of the dog sleds in the foreground with the airplanes in the background. Just in time for Patrick to arrive in his very unique RV8 on skis. I'd had a couple weeks to think about this thing, but actually seeing it was surreal.
This is a RV8 on wheel skis, the only one in the world. These skis were designed because all my aircraft I own, I always put wheel skis. Winter, you never know what could happen, and it's an extra safety benefit for me, for my insurer, and this is my pride and joy, so I don't want to break it. Okay, we're just taxiing down here on this ice runway, and then taking off towards the east. It'll be a left-hand circuit. We'll just go around the mountain there and then come back and do our landing, soft landing.
5-point harness just like the T6.
Yep. Right. Glasses are steaming up. Okay, I'm gonna start the engine. Okay.
Check 1, 2, you got me?
1, 2, got you. So, checking the controls, trim the aircraft, clear to taxi.
All right. Okay, all cameras are rolling.
So while we're taxiing, I'm going to start doing some of the pre-takeoff checks.
Yep.
Obviously gear, I'm checking for the bungee cords, limited cables, and if they're functioning properly, I'm then checking that in a little mirror.
And you want to tell me about what is it like to try to land low wing with skis? You can't see them.
Okay, no, I do see these skis because I put these little devices.
Okay.
These are mirrors, like they have on twin aircraft. They have mirrors to see the gear. I'm going to leave a bit of flap to get airborne because it's soft. And because they're wheel skis, they're not efficient in deep snow, but this snow is efficient enough for it. There we go. We'll just do an engine run, make sure everything's in the green again. I'll check the mags quickly. Left mag, right mag.
Okay.
I'm going to position the mirror to see how you're doing. Everything good?
Everything's good.
Kilo Sierra Zulu on the go, runway 06 Montebello. I'm just letting her roll. The tail wheel lifts by itself. Bit of right aileron because there's a crosswind. And then let her go, and then airborne.
Nice.
There we go. Flaps coming up. And check gear.
Very cool.
Right away after takeoff at slow speed, check right, check left. Gear's okay, skis are okay. Then I will accelerate. If there's one that doesn't stay in its proper position and goes down or whatever, I will just keep slow speed, keep a bit of flap, do a big wide circuit with shallow turns, and then come in and on final and land really tail down, 3-point, make sure that ski will stay above the snow or whatever.
I'm building an RV-14, I think I told you.
The 14 is really comfortable. That's a nice machine. You're gonna have a lot of fun. And we'll roll to the left, do our left-hand crosswind. So just keep a little crab here on our crosswind. Runway's over there. Check for traffic. I have my pulse lights are on, so I have pulsating lights, especially in the circuit, I do that.
I'm really excited about this giveaway. Thanks to Bose Aviation and the rest of our sponsors, we're flying one of you out to join Mentor Pilot and I at Aero Friedrichshafen in early April.
And on downwind, 1,000 feet over the ground. Montebello traffic, RV8, Golf Kilo Sierra Zulu is on, left-hand downwind, runway 06. We'll be proceeding back for landing at Montebello.
Do you want to talk through anything you're doing, anything different than you would normally do? Like the flaps, so are you able to go full flaps, or is that issue with clearance?
We will be putting full flaps for landing, for sure.
Okay, so no issue with the clearance with the ski or the snow?
No issue at all.
Patrick has clearly done this before, but it was amazing to me. Anyway, before we land, let's talk to Bernard to clear up a common misconception some of our American friends have regarding user fees and Canadian ATC.
Depending on the weight category of the aircraft, like I've got a small aircraft GA, anything under, I think it's 6,000 pounds or something like that, it's $68 a year. Quarterly, it would be a quarter of that. So it's like basically $17 per 3 months of flying into Canada. That is all. They will get the bill, $17, thank you, from NAV Canada.
Yeah, so what happens is guys who go twice in a year get 2 bills assume that they get charged every single time they go because they don't realize.
Okay, no.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope that helps a little. Now let's go learn how to land this thing.
I'll do the pre-landing checks. Check the gear, in position, gas, gauges, mixture, switch, auxiliary fuel pump. And the seat belts, canopy lock, and cargo lock.
Yep.
So I'm going to slow her down to 100 knots. 100 knots, you could start putting down the flaps.
And this is a fixed pitch prop, this one?
It's a fixed pitch cruise prop.
Okay.
It was a bit slow to take off because of the wheel skis, but also because of the cruise prop.
Right.
And another thing with a cruise prop, when you land, it's still pulling even though you're at idle. A cruise prop will still pull you. So if it's a wet runway, or like here, we're landing on snow and ice, expect it to land longer than if you're on hard surface where you could apply brakes. On this kind of stuff, apply brakes all you want. Nothing's going to happen. If anything, it's going to feel like she'll be accelerating. So probably it's the moisture accumulating on the tires because it's a fixed wheel. The wheel does not retract. However, it's a good compromise. They're easy to install. Takes about 10 minutes for each ski to be installed. You don't have to have any kind of special equipment to jack the plane up or whatever. Do an inspection, fill in your logbook, and you're ready to go.
Amazing.
Traffic Montebello, this is RB8 Golf, Kilo Sierra Zulu on final, runway 06, full stop. Flaps are down, and we're on our approach, final. We'll just do a long, flat approach. We have a lot of distance on the river. Always be cautious. It is also a snowmobile trail, so if anybody comes down the runway, although the marshalers are trying to hold them off, is get ready to overshoot if anything happens. And we have a big, long river, so there's no danger at all. So there is a little bit of a right-hand crosswind, because just to track down the center of the runway, I have to keep it a bit to the right.
Yeah.
So I'll be applying left rudder and right aileron, and just holding her off as I do the flare. Hold her off. Do a 3-point landing on the snow. You want to have a 3-point, not a wheel landing, and just hold her off, hold her off, hold her off, and you'll just smoothly touch down. And there we go. And we have that crosswind. The skis are slipping, the tires are slipping and all that, so even though there's a crosswind, we're going to obviously have some skidding sideways.
Awesome. Thanks, man. That was amazing.
I have an RV7A and also an RV3. Love them. You'll love your RV. Awesome. We're just going to unload everything and then I'm going home because there's rain coming in there. 1 o'clock.
Enjoyed your flight?
It's good, yeah.
Good.
Very cool to see how that works. Huge thanks to sponsors and Patreon supporters for helping us create all the content on the channel. And in the case of this specific episode, I want to thank the Canadian Owners and Pilots Association. Here's some info if you want to join. It's
$75 a year per member. A certain portion of that goes to the Freedom to Fly Fund, which is a war chest for anything that's got to do with legal stuff. But other than that, it's a monthly magazine. We've got an office where people can call in for any type of questions. Members can ask about their medical issues, about anything. It's the advocacy stuff. We have answers for technical questions, operational questions of any type, regulatory questions. So they can call the office. We'll help them with that. So we're the voice of general aviation in Canada.
Don't hurt yourself.
It's actually pretty fast.
It looks like fun. I heard screaming.